I awoke again. I thought that I had died. For real this time. I thought my brain hemorrhaged. In my last dream, a coroner was reading my autopsy report. It showed my body, and over my body was CJ's ghost. Is there no end to all of this? Am I supposed to be haunted every day of my life until I die? Only to be woken up. Just what was this, and how do I break it? I knew he was dead, that was obvious, since he was haunting me. It probably was just because he couldn't leave this world without something to do with me. I decided I would message his mom and ask where he was buried. It took her a few days, but then she asked me what for. I told her just to pay my respects. She tells me the address. He was buried in our home state. Apparently, when he died, they moved his body here. The cemetery was about 30 minutes away. I get in my car and I drive that way. My phone is blowing up. It launches Fortnite. It puts me in a lobby. There was CJ. He says something. He says, "Don't go there." He says that over and over again. I turn my phone off and I pass some bridge on the way to the cemetery. I see a shadowy figure trying to hitchhike. It was him. When I passed him, I saw his jaw disconnect from his body. Only 5 minutes until I'm there, according to the GPS. I get out of the car. His mom said his grave is in a new subsection. It's near a dirt road. The wind was howling and leaves were everywhere. I find his grave. It said Carter Jason. Sure enough, this was him. Leaves started falling on his grave and they made a shape of a person. When the leaves faded, there was CJ. He was about 2 feet from me. He was rotting. His one eye had a wound over it. He walks up to me and he says, "It's time you learn the truth." CJ was showing me his memories. He was playing Fortnite in a shady area downtown. He placed a bet of a few $100s. His opponent did as well. They both put down $500. They 1v1 in Playground first to 10. CJ ends up winning and he asks for his $1,000. The person who lost was involved in a gang and he had his friends beat CJ up. And then when he was near death, the person who lost shot CJ in his eye. As he lay dying, his last thoughts were on us playing video games. Then I'm just back in the real world. I ask him if he wanted me to help him. He just shakes his head, signing yes. I call in an anonymous tip since his murder was still an open case. I leave the gravesite. Over the next few days, they arrested the person and his friends who killed CJ. I come home from work a few days later after working. I see that my Fortnite had been turned on, and CJ was right there on my gaming chair, waiting for me to play. He looked happy and at peace. He looked like his old, happy self. And one last time, for a few hours, we played Fortnite together, just like the good old days. Then he told me it was time to go. He told me he was at peace. He said something. He said, "You helped me." CJ found his peace with his murderers behind bars. Rest in peace, my old friend. Until next time.